Hey, welcome back. This is the segment about studying the Bible for yourself, and we're in Matthew 10 through 12. And so today, the big idea or the big tool in our toolbox for interpreting we're going to talk about is the historical context or the historical setting, okay? So sometimes you're going to have to know about that time and that place in order to understand what's going on and understand why it's important, like why that particular passage is there. So in the situation with when Jesus calls his disciples and sends them out, he's just announced his kingdom, right? And you got to understand that there were two kind of kingdoms vying back and forth under the current political context. One is the Romans, right? And the Jews, generally speaking, hated the Romans. There were some that got along with them and kind of milked the system, but mostly the Jews despised the Romans and really wanted them gone. But the Romans were the most powerful empire on the face of the earth at the time, and so there's a lot going on there. But Jesus' primary conflict at this point was not with the Romans. What all the Romans really wanted was peace and send in your money, right? Like that's all they really wanted. And the Jewish current system as well was kind of a thing that operated under the Romans. And so they had the ability to arrest people. They had the ability to do some trials. They couldn't do capital punishment, but they could try to mete out some measure of justice. And John the Baptist had been arrested and put in prison, specifically in chapter 11 by Herod, who was a governor under the Romans at that time. And so sometimes when you understand that the immediate historical setting where you have groups and what interested those different groups and why were they doing what they do. So you're going to run into people like Herod and the Romans and things like that, and you're also going to run into people like the Pharisees and the Sadducees, or you'll see Jesus talk about the scribes and Pharisees, which are two groups that he frequently talked about. And so understanding who those groups are, you can do a quick Google search if you're not sure, and or ask ChatGPT or something like, who were the scribes and the Pharisees back in those days, and sometimes it'll give you the historical setting that you need. Gradually, if you keep on reading the Bible, what you'll do is you'll come to a place where you gather information, and this world that that all this is happening in gets less and less opaque and more known to you. And so the historical setting, massive a tool in the toolbox to be able to understand what's going on. Just keep on learning. And if you have questions about it, do a quick Google search and check it out. And that will help you understand. All right. See you next time.